Now it's time to talk about Scream 4, and I think that this is going to be fun to review because I've seen Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 3, and I gotta say that I was giving up on the trilogy, giving up on Scream because I didn't like Scream 3, I didn't like Scream 2, and I only liked Scream, the first one. Now, what you gotta understand about Scream is it's not a horror movie. People think it's a horror movie. It's both a comedy and a horror, and I can prove it because they say a lot of things that will make you laugh. And another thing about this franchise is that you gotta understand that Wes Craven, he's a horror director, so he knows a lot about horrors. He has directed Nightmare on Elm Street, which I love. To me, it's great. You know, I'm a Freddy Krueger fan, so if you're wondering who I like in horror, you know now. And the reason I like him is because he talks, he's awesome, you know, but I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about Scream, Ghostface, and all this other stuff. So, Sidney Prescott is back in Woodsboro because she just wrote a book about her whole life and stuff, and there's been a lot of movies on her, so she's getting a lot of publicity. But guess what? There are murders. There are killings that are happening again, and it's all because Sidney Prescott is back. It seems like no matter what she does, she can't avoid death. You know, a lot of people that she loves die because of her, you know, but she always just seems to survive, and, you know, I kind of find that annoying after a while, but whatever. Some people say that about Halloween and Laurie Strode. They didn't like how she died in Halloween Resurrection, and I kind of agree with that because it was kind of fast, but let's not talk about Halloween. Let's talk about Scream. Again, getting lost because I love horror movies. Well, I did love horror movies in the 1980s and 90s, had the best horror movies, but nowadays they just suck. Remakes suck. This movie didn't suck. It was decent. It was average, I would say. It was very good. I liked everything about it except, like, a couple of things. I didn't like the ending. I thought that was bad. The acting was average. Nothing special, but it wasn't really bad like in some horror movies. Surprisingly, Hayden Panettiere was actually pretty interesting to watch. You know, I don't like her that much as an actress. I think she was usually really bad, but in this movie she had fun with the role and you could see that. And I liked that in her. She did a good job, but she was more like a guy in this movie. But I mean, then again, Hayden Panettiere is hot. I also like that Gale and Dewey came back, and this time they're married. You know, they had that weird love that I don't get how that is even possible, but because Dewey looks like such a moron. But anyway, that's Scary Movie got that correct, you know, like, which I don't get because Scary Movie made fun of a franchise. I was making fun of another thing, so it's a comedy within a comedy, but let's not even talk about that. God, I'm getting distracted today because of all these horror movies and spoofs. But anyway, let's continue. Whew. Scream, it's okay. Nothing special, like I said before. Was it better than 2 and 3? Yes, this is the second best Scream in the franchise, I think. Also, I really like that the new rules thing, the new rules of horror movies and stuff, the guys filming the horror scenes, I thought that was pretty. It's about a 7 out of 10. It was decent, nothing special. Say go check this out if you're a Scream fan or if you just want to laugh and see some people die, because the body count in this movie is pretty high, and I really like that too. I like when a lot of people die. I know I'm kind of like on the villain side most of the time, and a lot of people are probably gonna be like, you're an asshole, why would you be on the villain side? Well, they're more interesting to watch in my opinion. So, you know, I mean, who are you gonna watch? Like a boring guy, or you're gonna watch a guy who's just boom, killing everybody, you know, with like knives and guns or whatever they use, you know? And that's what I liked about this movie. High body count was cool. Things I didn't like. Bad ending. Terrible ending, I think. Like, yo, if you're gonna set up for a Scream 5, this is not the way to go, I think. But anyway, yeah. That was just terrible ending. I just did not like the ending. And I know I keep on talking about it, but it just really pissed me off. Anyway, I really liked it at one point. If it ended at one point, when you watch this movie, you probably see what I'm talking about. At that point, it would have been awesome. It would have been not predictable. It would have been genius, but too bad that's not the way it is. So come back, subscribe, you know, comment, all that good stuff. Like, and let me know what you think of Scream 4 after you watch the movie and stuff, and what you think of the Scream trilogy and stuff. Well, now you're gonna have to not call it a trilogy because Scream 4 is a part of it. So subscribe for more movie updates, rants on Wednesdays, and more movie reviews. And sorry that it was late. I was just not feeling well, and I was very busy on Friday, but No more excuses. I'm gonna try to make my videos on time all the time for you guys.